When it comes to providing unmatched entertainment to viewers on YouTube, it's hard to beat mrbeast. The young content creator has amassed 99 million subscribers, thanks to his elaborate and insanely expensive stunts. This internet sensation knows no bounds, often putting his own life on the line for his content. Today, we'll be looking at some of the most dangerous videos ever posted by mrbeast, and it goes without saying, don't try these at home, folks. First up, fidget spinner versus his face. Let's start off with a mild one before getting into the crazy stuff. Remember back in 2017 when fidget spinners were all the hype? Well, mrbeast also hopped on the bandwagon and made a video with one, except in classic mrbeast fashion. He had to do something bizarre with it. In the 8-minute long video, he first brought a rapidly rotating fidget spinner close to his teeth, tongue, cheek, finger, and neck to see how much damage it would do. Apart from one or two owls, luckily no real harm was done. He then tested it out on some glass items, a wine glass, and a light bulb. And of course, he did this without any sort of face covering. Ironically, what ended up doing some real damage was not the spinner, but a foolish move by the YouTuber who smashed 2 Coke bottles together, sending glass shards flying everywhere. One even ended up piercing his cheek, leaving a stream of blood running down his face. Well, that could have been a lot worse. Next, did mrbeast survive 24 hours underwater? When Jimmy Donaldson isn't goofing around with friends and giving away money to strangers on the street, he likes to test his luck underwater. In this video, Jimmy attempted to sit at the bottom of a backyard pool for 24 hours. But contrary to what the thumbnail might have had you believe, the 22-year-old was not consistently holding his breath underwater for 24 hours, because that's scientifically impossible for a human. Instead, he seemed to be within some type of upside-down bucket contraption that allowed him to breathe while still staying below the water. Jimmy's friends continued to check up on him every few minutes, and even got the millionaire some sushi, which he devoured underwater. How fitting. The challenge that started at daylight unfortunately came to an end only 12 hours later, as things proved to be a little too dangerous. Wow! Shocker! Around 11 p.m., what seemed to be the result of CO2 poisoning, Jimmy had the sudden urge to throw up and felt really seasick. Thus, he was forced to emerge out of the water and end the challenge early for his health. As a sick-looking mrbeast painfully puts it at the end of the video, "This was a horrible idea. We can't say we disagree." Now he's spending 24 hours in ice. Spending time underwater wasn't enough, so he had to go deeper in what some would call a ridiculous challenge. mrbeast made himself an igloo-styled ice house. Brick by brick, the structure was completely encased in ice to keep him as cold as possible. Ice, ice, baby. Even the toilet was frozen solid. He revealed in the video that the house cost him $300,000. Oof! Now the catch was that he had to endure the freezing cold for a full day. Otherwise, he'd be washed down with syrup and feathers in public. We guess we can understand now why most of his audience is little kids. While the social media star soldiered through the 24 hours, his struggle was apparent in the video that has now hit nearly 100 million views. Mere hours into the attempt, it had quickly become one of the harder challenges he's ever done, with his hands turning a bright red and his body continuously shivering. Donaldson did little except sit in one place and wait it out. He even had a medic come over every 30 minutes to check his temperature to make sure he was doing all right. Now, the reason why we've added it to the list of the most dangerous stunts is that this little YouTube challenge of his could have potentially led to hypothermia, a medical emergency that occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce it, and can lead to heart failure. But hey, at least mrbeast didn't have to bathe in syrup, right? But what about the time he buried himself alive? If you thought staying underwater 12 hours was bad enough, wait till you hear about what he did next. Being one of his most viewed videos, this 2021 stunt is something right out of an illusionist's playbook. But we have to warn you, if you're claustrophobic, you might want to sit this one out. To everyone else, get ready to have your mind blown. In March of last year, mrbeast decided to do a fatal challenge. As crazy as it sounds, the young content creator buried himself alive to see how long he could do it. After placing himself in a climate-controlled glass coffin, Jimmy successfully spent 50 hours under hundreds of pounds of dirt, because that's totally something normal people do. No cap, it took an entire army to bury him underground, and they even placed a tombstone once it was done. Throughout the 2 days, mrbeast remained in regular contact with friends via walkie-talkies, and even promised to let them tase him if he didn't complete the challenge. To make the experience a tad bit easier, Donaldson was provided some essentials, including a mattress, snacks, water, and bottles for urination. Despite the cozy amenities, the challenge proved to be a little daunting for the young star. The 50 hours were not spent without constant complaining of being hungry and having back pains, smelling terrible, and also the constant urge to pee. Let's just say he wasn't exactly living his best life in the deep dark pit, so it makes sense that when Mr. Beast finally emerged from his grave, he couldn't help but shed a few tears of joy. Last up, Mr. Beast didn't eat for 30 days straight? While danger seems to be the YouTuber's middle name, even fans questioned if the 22-year-old had gone too far with his latest video titled, "I didn't eat for 30 days." What Mr. Beast has called his hardest challenge yet involved the star attempting to fast for 30 days, with nothing but water to keep him alive. What would happen if he failed, you ask? His friends would shave him bald. Bet you just rolled your eyes, cause we did. Anyway, after ridding his house of all food items, Jimmy set out on his 30-day challenge. Perhaps the only smart decision he made during his hunger strike was ensuring he had adequate medical supervision at all times, in case something went wrong. In the 13-minute-long video, you'll see Mr. Beast carrying on with his day-to-day projects as if nothing's changed. It's actually quite impressive how much he got done on an empty stomach. Apart from shooting his vegan chocolate brand, he even went on to play a basketball game. Don't know if we should call that brave or stupid. As the days went by, the social media sensation kept track of his weight, and by the end of the 2 weeks, he was down 18 pounds. Despite his friends' constant attempts to make him slip up, Mr. Beast was actually doing quite well, right until Gordon Ramsay cooked him a delicious breakfast sandwich. Long story, don't ask. So after 14 long days, Mr. Beast finally decided to break the fast. We get it, Jimmy. Unless you want to be called an idiot sandwich, when Gordon Ramsay cooks you a meal, you eat it. So yes, Mr. Beast failed at his 30-day challenge, and the video ended with his very excited friends razoring his hair. If you've seen him wearing a pea cap, you know why. While one might think this is yet another mindless stunt, in a comment pinned under the video, Mr. Beast explained that he overtook his challenge primarily for health reasons, stating that he has Crohn's disease, and he wanted to give his stomach a break from food to see if that would help reduce inflammation, adding that he was happy he did it. His audience had somewhat of a mixed reaction, with some appreciating his commitment to YouTube and others criticizing him for a video promoting starvation, which a lot of viewers found triggering. Moving forward, what more can we expect? Just a few days ago, YouTuber Mr. Beast revealed on Twitter that he's been planning his most expensive and insane video ever to celebrate his fast approaching 100 million subscriber milestone. He's even said he's been working on it this entire year. Looks like something grand is in the works. And if you know Mr. Beast, that's saying a lot. With 99 million subscribers, Jimmy is currently the third most subscribed YouTube channel in the world. But from the looks of it, he'll be topping the charts real soon. Bye-bye, PewDiePie. Whether you like Mr. Beast or not, you have to admit this young lad is redefining what it means to be YouTube famous. It's no wonder he's the platform's current highest earning content creator. And that's a wrap for this video. Which of these challenges did you find most outrageous? Let us know down in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.